For the Late AM show, I'm Jack Roach.
And I'm Jennifer Roach.
We both got our vaccine shots this week. Jennifer, you have any side effects?
Nope, no side effects yet, but I do think that we should be buying more Microsoft products.
I will definitely sign up for a subscription.
Awesome.
The pandemic and climate change were bad, we all agree. But now they've crossed the line. America is facing limited supplies of chicken wings, a staple food here in Atlanta. Authorities say the shortage is because chickens realize they can make more on unemployment than by working in the plants.
A Lithuanian man is facing an uphill battle in returning home because the government had declared him legally dead. That's exactly the sort of problem we don't have in America, because here, the government will just kill you to avoid the paperwork.
Lithuania would make him an immigrant, so double win. A lady on Bumble turned in the man who stormed the Capitol on January 6th after he bragged about it to her in an attempt to get into her pants. The woman said she turned him in not because he was a domestic terrorist, but rather because he was under 6 feet tall.
Oh.
Short lives matter, but come on.
A soon-to-be father turned himself in under arrest when his gender reveal party triggered earthquake alarms across state lines. The man said he detonated 80 pounds of explosives to reveal that his unborn baby would be a Godzilla.
Police seized over $4 million worth of meth hidden in a pickle shipment. Authorities became suspicious when they noticed the truck had left Mexico carrying cucumbers.
This reboot of Breaking Bad has taken some weird turns. Women in France are incensed that a mayor convicted and jailed of rape is still running the town from prison. They should move to America, where we put our rapists in the White House. It's time to talk about Florida. You know what they say, you can take the girl out of Florida, but you can't keep her out of the trailer park. A Florida dad got arrested when he took his 1-year-old daughter out to find meth. Florida police say he shouldn't have taken the toddler, just opened a window and waited for someone to throw meth in. Also in Florida, a 71-year-old suffered a gash on her forehead when a turtle smashed through her windshield on the interstate. Witnesses say the turtle was part of a group of 4 being trained to fight crime by a rat. Still in Florida, a wedding got shut down just because the bride and groom picked their dream home as the venue, but didn't bother to tell the current owner. They showed up to start setting up, and the owner, selfish jerk that he is, called the police. The couple now plan to hold their wedding at their backup site, the Louvre, assuming they can keep out all those art geeks. A teenager was arrested on DUI charges after he crashed his Amish buggy in Pennsylvania. You know what they say, ain't no party like an Amish party, because an Amish party don't have electricity. Australian police are on the lookout for Big Bird after the 7-foot-tall costume was stolen from a touring circus. Authorities are warning the public to be on the lookout because coming across a 7-foot-tall yellow bird in the Australian outback would be creepy as hell.
A woman is facing felony charges for not returning a VH copy of Sabrina the Teenage Witch for 21 years. Prosecutors say they'll pursue a death sentence if they find out she was not kind and didn't rewind. A California mother called police because she heard an intruder in her house, but it turned out her son had turned on their robot vacuum. Because the vacuum's plastic housing was black, police shot it 17 times and dropped a bag of crack near it. But don't laugh at that California woman. A Michigan woman nearly lost her eye when she reached for a bottle of contact solution, but instead grabbed a bottle of nail glue. Police say they'll hire her immediately if she can pull that same stunt with a gun and the taser. A British teacher, however, was fired after he got drunk and took students to a strip club. School leaders say the teacher was dismissed after he drank with students, exposed himself to another chaperone, and didn't tip the sex workers after getting a lap dance. The teacher defended himself, saying he was just visiting a former student who didn't get such good grades. Manhattan's district attorney has announced that he will no longer prosecute prostitution charges. In other news, have you seen how expensive Manhattan apartments are? I don't think I can fit rent and hookers into my budget. China has launched a new app for citizens to report so-called wrong opinions to the ruling party. We have the same thing in America called Twitter. A Colorado judge had resigned after reports surfaced of her using the N-word from the bench while wearing her official court robes. Someone get Rage Against the Machine on the phone. We owe them an apology. Unless the phone is the machine they were mad against. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi found room in her mouth to shove a foot when she thanked George Floyd for sacrificing his life for justice. Pelosi went on to thank Native Americans for sacrificing their lives for America, Hiroshima for sacrificing itself to end World War II, and half the population for allowing Thanos to retire.
A Japanese man has been locked up after it was discovered that he had 35 girlfriends and had lied to all of them about his birthday, ensuring a steady stream of presents and attention. Authorities say that kind of behavior is too awesome to be encouraged. Honey, you remember that my birthday's coming up, right? And then after that, it's Mother's Day, and then our anniversary, and then the anniversary of our first date, and the anniversary of the first time we went bowling, and then next month is National First Wives Day. Just hand me your credit card and I'll pick out something myself.
We broke. A Louisiana woman found a tracking device on her car and called the cops, who said, "Oh yeah, can we have that back?" The woman said she saw the cops put it on her car, which tells you we're dealing with the cream of the crop here.
Former rocker Ted Nugent spent the past year denying the COVID-19 pandemic until he finally caught it. The singer said it caused complications with his pre-existing cat scratch fever. Can anyone explain to me why they took medical advice from Ted freaking Nugent? The CDC and the lamestream media says wash your hands and wear a mask, but the guy who wrote Jailbait says it's a hoax, so...
In a new study, scientists have linked 15% of seizures to essential oils. Not to worry, says a single mom I went to high school with. They've got something for that.
The House passed a bill that would make D.C. a state, a move that the White House has signaled support for. Critics say the founders never intended D.C. to be a state, just like all these women and black people voting.
A probe has confirmed that the Trump administration blocked funding for Puerto Rico after the devastating 2017 hurricane, and then blocked an investigation into the blockage. Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, so of course Trump wasn't going to let taxpayer funds help all those brown people. Make white America great again.
Great news for wannabe actors. Los Angeles is eyeing a universal basic income program. The plan would give $1,000 a month to 2,000 families for a year, which is just enough to be laughed out of leasing offices on a regular basis.
That's all the news for this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe and come back around next week to see what else happened. Jennifer, what about people who hate looking at us?
Well, if you hate looking at us, first of all, screw you too. But then also, you can find audio-only versions wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
It's kind of redundant because obviously the Late AM Show is their favorite podcast. But in any case, guys, thank you so much for watching or listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Have you seen the Surface Pro? It looks amazing.
It does.
Much better than the iPad.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like Microsoft has some good quality products. And like, what am I doing using a MacBook?
Hardware and software. They've got the whole package.
Windows is where it's at, clearly. Like I'm using like Mac.
And I have sex, so I'm not going to use Linux.
Yeah, and like I really think that I should like not worry about having an iPod or anything and get a Zoom.
How about a Microsoft Windows phone?